8countnews.com, Peter Zimbor here with you. Joining me to my left is undefeated super middleweight prospect Edwin Rodriguez, just a few weeks shy of his November 5th fight on Showtime as he takes a step up in competition to take on James McGirt Jr. Edwin, how have things been going in training while preparing for this fight?
Things have been going great, just how we wanted them. I had a long training camp for this fight, and we're ready.
Your training camp for this bout has been a little bit more unique as opposed to other training camps you've had. We're at Manfredo's gym in Pawtucket, Rhode Island right now, the normal spot where you train, but you also spent a few weeks in Australia gearing up for this fight. Tell us about that experience.
We stayed down here at Manfredo's, and we worked out really hard, got in good shape. Then we went down to Australia for 2 weeks and sparred with Daniel Gale, who's fighting for a world title. Also, we sparred with Jamie Pittman, who's a really 6'1", slick southpaw. And, you know, I'm ready for this fight. We worked really hard. We had a great camp over there. We'll get up in the morning. We'll run all together as a team. Then we'll train in the morning as well. And then afternoons we'll go and spar. You know, everybody over there treated me like family, and I had a great experience. And you know, I have family now in Australia.
You know, there's no shortage of good sparring here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island at Manfredo's gym. There's Demetrius Andrade, the 2008 United States Olympian, Peter Manfredo Jr., Elvin Ayala stops in. How different was it sparring with guys who you're not accustomed to working with on a regular basis?
Oh, it was really different because they have different style of fighting. You know, this guy's going to fight for a world title now, so he's at that elite level. We have a lot of guys here that are at the elite level, but, you know, this is it's different. When you're sparring with somebody that you never sparred before, a whole different style. You know, you have a different type of lefty that you're working with back in Australia. And, you know, it all worked out for the best because, as you know, when you keep sparring the same guys, it doesn't matter how good they are. You get accustomed to them. And then you're just fighting, you know, how it goes. You're really not thinking as much as you should be. But back in Australia, you know, it was fresh bodies, you know, elite fighters, and you know, it took me to the next level.
Now, your opponent that you'll be taking on November 5th, James McGirt Jr., son of Buddy McGirt, former world champion. You've mentioned it. He is a slick southpaw. You've been sparring with some southpaws. Your most recent fight against Ibrahim King in your hometown of Worcester a few months ago, he was a southpaw. You're very comfortable fighting against a lefty? I'm
really comfortable fighting with a lefty. You know, Buddy McGirt is a good fighter. He's slick, like we mentioned. He been top 10 before. He had a couple of fallbacks. You know, he's a great fighter some days. Other day he's just average. And you know, I hope the best Buddy McGirt shows up because I'm ready for the best Buddy McGirt.
Now, you mentioned that he was top 10 before. There was a time when he did crack the top 10 of the Ring Magazine's middleweight rankings. You're in the process right now of making that jump from prospect to contender. If you win this fight, there's a chance, I believe, you'll be in the top 10 by the IBF, and you could be in contention to fight for a world title within the next year or two. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it makes me feel great. You know, this is what we've been working for since we started 2 years ago. Now we're right here, right at the door, just knocking on it. And, you know, you said if, but I'll say after I win this fight. You know, we're just going to keep working hard and keep working towards getting a world title because that's what we started. That's our mission.
I think up until this point, a lot of fans and media members have compared you to a lot of other prospects around the pack of middleweight, super middleweight, where you reside. But now we're going to start thinking, how would Edwin do against Lushan Bute? How would Edwin fare against an Andre Ward? These fights are going to become legitimate possibilities in the next 2 years. Is that something you think about?
Oh, definitely. But, you know, in boxing, you can't get too ahead. You got to take it one thing at a time. And right now, I have Buddy McGirt right in front of me, and that's what I'm going to take care of. You know, down the line, we'll think about the Lushan Butes and Andre Ward, which are great fighters now. And, you know, I'm going to take care of Buddy McGirt, and then we'll get back at you at that.
Every time I've interviewed you, you've never been shy about predictions. Do you have a prediction for this fight?
Yeah, he's gone by the 5th. If he makes it past 5 rounds, I'll be surprised. So I'll say a 5-round knockout.
In the past, you've even told me what punch you're going to knock him out with.
I think he's going to eat an uppercut.
All right, very confident super middleweight prospect Edwin Rodriguez joining us here on 8countnews.com. Any final words?
Okay. Stay tuned because it will be a great fight. You know, Buddy McGirt had a lot of boring fights. I tell you that I'm not gonna let him run away and just jab. I'm coming to fight, and I'm coming after him. So if he's watching, you better be ready, because I'm coming.
It's November 5th on Showtime. For 8countnews.com, I'm Peter Zimbor.